The winner will be revealed on TNT's Inside the NBA pregame show. The three finalists are Luka Doncic of Dallas, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of Oklahoma City, and Denver center Nikola Jokic. Clippers guard Russell Westbrook is a finalist for the NBA's Social Justice Champion Award. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 is the fastest growing talk radio station in Southern California, home to 50,000 watts and an audience reach of 12 million listeners. KBLA Talk 1580 is a pioneer for black audio content, including our groundbreaking $2 million climate justice campaign and the most loyal, influential audience. According to an independent research study by the polling firm Avitarus, for the second consecutive year, KBLA Talk 1580 is the most trustworthy, reliable, and credible news source for black audiences and beyond in Southern California. Let KBLA Talk 1580 power your advertising dollars. Our omni-channel custom marketing solutions are specifically tailored to connect with your ideal target audience. We leverage audio, podcasts, streaming, digital, social media, and local activations to get your message out to the black community. Get in touch with our advertising team today at advertising@KBLA1580.com. That's advertising at KBLA1580.com. KBLA 1580. We've got you black.
Hi, it's Tavis Smiley. First, thank you for your support of KBLA Talk 1580. We deeply appreciate you. So, I get asked all the time, Tavis, when are you going to bring back that State of the Black Union symposium you used to do? You know the one where you had all those black intellectuals on stage every year and everybody watched all day live on C-SPAN? Yeah, I know the one. Let's bring them back. Well, I am pleased to tell you that if you go to KBLA1580.com right now, you can sign up to be in the audience here in Los Angeles when we go back live on C-SPAN with a stage full of black thinkers and influencers for a historic conversation. America has never seen a stage full of black folk talking about the urgency of now. Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. It's going down Tuesday, June 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. at the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com. Once we reach capacity, you'll have to watch us on C-SPAN. But if you want to be in the room when we go live from Los Angeles, Tuesday, June 18th, head to KBLA1580.com right now to reserve your seat. Caring about the climate, caring about the community. With KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your blast.
Keep up the pat, pat, hey! A very sensitive subject.
The first time the doctor placed you in my arms, I knew I'd meet death before I let you meet harm. Although questions arose in my mind, would I be man enough against wrong? Choose right and be standing up. From the hospital that first night, took an hour just to get the car seat in right. People driving off fast got me kind of upset. Got you home safe, placed you in your bassinet. That night I don't think one wink I slept as I slipped out my bed to your crib. I crept, touched your head gently, felt my heart melt, cause I knew I loved you more than life itself. Into my knees, and I begged the Lord, please let me be a good daddy. All he needs, love, knowledge, discipline too. I pledge my life to you. The two of us, we can make it if we try. Just me and you. Just the two of us, building castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. 5 years old, bringing comedy time I look at you, I think, man, a little me just like me. We can see, gonna be tall makes me laugh, cause you got your dad's ears and all. Sometimes I wonder what you gonna be, a general, a doctor, maybe an MC. I wanna kiss you all the time, but I will test that butt when you cut out a line. Do that, why you do that? I try to be a tough dad, but you be making me laugh. Crazy joy when I see the eyes of my baby boy. I pledge to you, I will always do everything I can, show you how to be a man. Dignity, integrity, honoring. I don't mind if you lose, long as you came with it. And you can cry, ain't no shame in it. It didn't work out with me and your mom, but yo, push come to shove, you was conceived in love. So if your world attacks and you slide off track, remember one fact, I got your back.
We can make it if we try.
Just me and you, just me and you. Against the world.
KBLA Talk 1580. Guess who's in the studio? Okay, we might have to swap out these headphones here. No, still nothing. It's coming. It's getting there. All right, you probably heard her voice. I just gave away the secret, but it wasn't a secret because I've been telling you all day that we would be joined by the amazing. She's a TV personality. She is a judge, an attorney, an activist, and I would say, from our many conversations over the years, she's a big advocate for fathers, especially black fathers, in a space where we just don't hear enough. I am talking about the founder of the Honoring Unsung Fathers Awards, Judge Mablean Ephraim. Yay! Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in. Looking good. If y'all, want to get on the YouTubes and see the judge, she is in the building.
Well, I can say, that I'm really passionate about unsung fathers and passionate about our community by the fact that I am up and at this radio station this early in the morning.
Up and at the radio station and looking like
early
camera ready for days.
Well, fortunately, I was on camera yesterday, and my makeup artist taught me a little secret. Don't wash your face the night before. So I left it on.
That's hilarious. I've had my makeup artist tell me that you sleep sitting up.
Right. Well, I sleep on my back anyway. So if you don't sleep on your side, you don't sleep on your stomach, you can do that. So last night, and to make sure, I just laid in my reclining chair all night.
Oh, okay. So you did diva sleep.
I did diva sleep last night.
Well, it looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Big props to your makeup artist and your beautiful face, your DNA.
Thank you, darling.
So yeah, you're on a mission, and we'll talk about that. And you've been kind enough, as you have in the past when we get together, to talk about family law, because there's always
have a family law issue.
There's always tons of questions people have.
No problem.
And I think from conversations we've had before that it was your experience on divorce court where you came up against so many heart-wrenching custody stories that really pushed you to found the Honoring Unsung Fathers Awards, the Huff Awards.
Yeah, it was not from my experience on divorce court. It was from my experience as a family law attorney.
The real life
experiences. And most of my clients, it turned out, were men. And I ended up representing so many fathers, and I became known as the father's attorney because I strongly believe that both men and women should have the right to their children and should be involved in the lives of their children. And I think the court system sometimes would help would fuel the fire between the parties, the adults, the father and the mother, and the children become victims or become pawns in that. And I was real careful in my day-to-day practice representing fathers or mothers, but representing my clients if there were children involved. And any of my clients will tell you this. I was always the one that said, we're not going to harm these children, and we're not going to use these children as pawns in your battle and your war with each other. And so that's what I was passionate about. And then I was passionate about the fact that, my father and mother were together and raised us 9 children living, never divorced or married till death.
Okay, I have to stop you right there. You lost a brother.
Yes.
You said 9 children living, and it's really recent.
No, we had 9 children living when I was coming up. I just lost my brother May 4th, my favorite brother.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I didn't really want to talk about it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But
I can't let you talk about your brothers and sisters and not just offer condolences.
Thank you so much, Frank Ephraim. Again, a wonderful father. He was the epitome of what we're talking about here. He and his wife divorced when my nephew was about 2, no more than 3 years old. But they never divorced him. They were never not in his life together. My brother dated and had women in his life. When it was his custodial time, it's like, hey, you guys can't come over. We're not going out. No dating. We're not doing anything this weekend or this week. My son is with me. That was the understanding. Anything he was involved in, any award ceremonies from preschool to college, any awards, any activities that the school was having that he was involved in, the parents were together in that. It was so interesting because his college graduation for Morehouse, they had been divorced at that time, a long time. They planned that party that we would have for him in Atlanta together. And all the families were together. His mother had remarried, and she had another child. Frank never remarried. He had a girl. But everybody was together, all of us. We never had an issue with my ex-sister-in-law. We didn't fight over that. And then the other thing was, even to this day, we kept a relationship with her because we had to keep a relationship with him, my nephew. So it was like, you're the mother of our nephew. So we can't be upset with you.
That's grown folks parenting.
Folks parenting.
Honestly,
that's what I call it.
I stole from borrowed from Gwyneth Paltrow, and I don't follow her in a lot of stuff. But this idea of conscious uncoupling.
That's right.
Where you're mindful about how you separate. To me, we waste so much money as a black community. You talk about wealth, generational wealth. We want to break up and act like we're in junior high school. All the money goes to the lawyers and right out of our family.
You better know it. And it's so bad with that attitude. To even as an attorney, I would say to my clients, I am going to benefit from this more than you if you and your wife or you and your husband keep fighting over this issue. And these children are going to suffer. I would even say, I've divorced my clients. I've divorced clients who were just such idiots about this whole thing about their children. I had one set of my client was on one side, and I was the mother, and the other client was the father, of course. The other person was the father. And they were both professionals, both black professionals. Both had worked hard to go to school to get these degrees. Both understood clearly how important it was to be involved in their children's life, and they used this child as such a pawn. One of the children ended up in prison.
Wow.
In prison. And all it was, he was just trying to get attention. So in school, he just started acting out. But by then, I had divorced my client because it's like, I'm not going to be a part of this because you all are foolish. He didn't get the kid back to me on time. He was supposed to return him at 9 o'clock. I want you to go go back into court and file contempt. Are you serious? Are you serious? I'm not going to be involved in that foolishness. And so that's one of the reasons I started this. And what I was saying is my brother, one of the awards I have is the, for the dad.
Father at large?
It's not father at large. It's when, Father Forever. Fatherhood Forever.
Fatherhood Forever. You have a lot of different father awards.
Right.
I've been to
I have 5. I have 5 categories. It's Fatherhood Forever. And Fatherhood Forever is awarded to the divorced father because I say in that award, in that category, I want you to understand it's awarded to a man who understands that you divorced the wife, not your children. So you have to stay involved in their lives because you are their father forever. Fatherhood forever. Now, oftentimes the mothers block the block them from being involved. But I say to them, there's no such thing because there are courts. And yes, you got to spend money to go, and you got to fight so you can be involved. One of the persons who did that and listened to me and never stopped spending his money was Reggie Brass. He's now the founder of My Child Says Daddy, and he has an organization as a result of that experience that he went through to help other fathers not go through the same thing, but to also encourage them not to give up on fighting for their children. You can't give up in the fight. And what happens to men frequently is they'll give up. They're like, men don't really like arguments and fighting and dealing with that kind of stuff. They don't. If you married women in relationships, when you say to your husband, we need to talk, and you're like, oh Lord, here we go. They don't like the we need to talk. They haven't been taught how to resolve conflict. And you can resolve conflict through conversation, through talking about the conflict. But we as a people have not been taught that, nor have we seen that as examples frequently, because we saw, resolving conflict hitting, resolving differences hitting. What did our parents see? The same thing. What did slavery do? What did the slave masters do? How do we put you in line? How do we get you to do what we want you to do? Boom, we hit you. We whip you. We beat you. So that's what we see. This is how you control people. You beat people. But the parenting is not controlling each other, husbands and wives. So that's what that award, Fatherhood Forever. The man who has really fully embraced the idea, this is my child, these are my children, I will do whatever is necessary to be involved in their lives. And the excuse of my wife wouldn't let the mother wouldn't let me see him, no such thing as wouldn't let me see him means you got to fight a little more. You may have to spend a little more money. You may have to get upset, but you can't give up because your children lose.
So many questions for Dr. Judge Mablean Ephraim. It's almost Mother's Day, and we're talking about fathers, but there's a reason for that. I'll share that and more. And you're welcome to call 800-920-1580. You got a family law question, a fatherhood question, a motherhood question, too. 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DiPrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
Quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
What up, Kinfolk? It's Slink Johnson here for Original Taco Pete, home of the Tasty Black Taco. And this Mother's Day, Aaron and I would like to invite you to bring your mama to get a free taco. Come enjoy our delectable menu at 3272 West Slauson Avenue, right off Crenshaw near the K-Line. Catering and delivery is available through Grubhub, Uber Eats, or at OriginalTacoPete.com.
The thing no one tells you about periods is that your flow changes every day, and so should your tampon size. Tampax has 5 absorbencies to match your changing flow. If it hurts to remove, go down a size. If it leaks, go up a size. Only Tampax has a leak guard braid to help give you up to 100% leak and odor-free protection. All-day comfort and protection for under $5 a month. Based on average U.S. consumer usage at manufacturer's suggested price, however, pricing is at the sole discretion of the retailer. Excludes 8-count packs.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle check. And now a Smith solo. Nice. Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection with Downy Unstoppables in wash scent beads.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win. Sometimes we try to fit it all in. Sometimes we don't know what's in store. Sometimes we find what we're looking for. Sometimes we're rolling easy and free. Sometimes 1 and 1 makes 3. So much to love along this ride. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
Judge Mablean Ephraim is here in the studio with me. Like I said, I got a lot of questions, but when my KBLA delegation called, I put them to the front of the line ahead of my questions, Judge Mablean. Right. And we've got Keyshawn on the phone from Los Angeles. Hi, Keyshawn.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Mablean, I'm blessed and highly favored as well. Thanks for taking my call. Funny you mentioned the name Reggie because I just actually ran into him yesterday. So funny you knew it. He helped me a couple of years back with my issue. I was in a long-term marriage for about 20 years with 3 kids. Actually, we even went on the Judge Mathis show at that particular time. But it never really ends. You know, like I say, I have a college graduate from that time, one still in college and one actually graduated from engineering school. So the kids are always doing well. I'm still suffering. I'm at the arrears stage right now, but there was something that she put into the filing way back when, which was something that never even got looked at the court because spousal and child support was separated. So even today, you know, let me see, divorce finalized in 2015. We're in 2024. And the amount that I'm paying in spousal right now is, and the amount they're taking out of my check is beyond 25%. They said because it's considered spousal. Here's my question. Because it's considered spousal and not a garnishment, they said they could take out whatever amount they need to take out from my check. But
wow, I didn't know that.
I know. I have 2 jobs, and one pays her, and she's definitely making more money than me. And then the other job that I have, you know, barely takes care of what I need to take care of my household. Now, I've been remarried for over 5 years now. Again, I always established a relationship with my kids, and everyone always noted how great I was to my children. Aww. And we didn't get into any custody battles, but, you know, I see it now going on with my oldest daughter and her baby's daddy. They're not married. But he decided to go file paperwork on her because he wanted to take the rights of the child away from her. We think he was probably motivated with someone else. But he opened himself up to a can of worms, and now he's going to be facing the system because everything was amicable, and she wasn't even trying to put him in the system. Where, on the other hand, when I got put in the system, it was because my ex got on welfare and decided to get money from me while I was still working, helping her out, and do that. And the welfare was like, wait a minute, you have kids. So,
all right, Keyshawn, this is a long and complicated story. What's your bottom line, or what are you just wanting to share, or do you have a question for Judge Mablean? What's your bottom line here, Keyshawn?
Definitely wanted to share, but definitely wanted to ask a question on the spousal if it was never looked at in the court. I know I have to go back, but with some men, it's unaffordable to hire an attorney.
Unaffordable
support, right?
Attorney. A spousal support order and a child support order is modifiable, and you go back into court. Modifiable meaning it can be changed, but you have to go into court and file a motion to modify. And most people won't do that. Like you said, they don't like to go back to court because it costs money. There are attorneys down in the courthouse, and most courthouses sitting there to help people file and complete this paperwork. There are free legal clinics. Mine, the free legal clinic that I'm the founder of, Harriet Buhai Center for Family Law, is there to help people who can't afford their own attorneys. You have to qualify for their assistance, and that assistance is free. There are other free legal clinics around town in Los Angeles that help people in these custody battles and in divorce battles if you can't afford it. Now, I can't afford it is interesting because we don't believe that you can't afford it if you're driving a Tesla. if you're driving a Mercedes and you're paying that note every month. We don't say you can't afford it if you're paying a house note of a rent, not necessarily so much a house note, but rent of $5,000 a month, $3,000 a month. So afford is interesting and is interpretive. But bottom line is you have to go back into court and ask the court to modify or to change the order. Courts don't do that. Judges don't do that. We don't know your life. So when you know you've reached the point where I can't pay this any longer, the amount that the court has ordered, it's incumbent upon you. It's a must. Because if you don't go back into court and ask for a change, that order stays right there and forever. And I mean forever, even after your behind is dead and buried.
What?
You heard me. I can collect from your estate. Back child support, back spousal support can be collected from your estate. I can collect it from your pension. I can collect it from your pension and retirement.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not proud to say it, but I took a man just about his entire. He took a lump sum. He took a lump sum pension. He was way behind in child support. I just walked in there with a piece of paper and said, "Give it all to me."
Wow.
So
and there's a father's lawyer right here.
I represent both.
Right.
But,
whoever
my client was, but I turned out the majority of my clients were men. Mm-hmm. But I do that for men. I mean, I've gone in and gotten custody of children for men. Ask Reggie. I fought hard. I mean, he's like, your kids have won. I'm telling his business now, but he tells it all the time.
He does.
So I'm not breaching client confidence because it's Reggie Brass and he's told it himself.
It's public record. He tells it every chance he gets.
Right. He's public record.
But, I mean, the other thing you say, and I'm not in this situation, so I'm not making a judgment here, but if you're paying an exorbitant amount of spousal support or child support, it seems like even though you can't afford it, on the other side you'd end up with a more affordable life if you made that investment of being able to get a lawyer there.
That's right. But if you're paying an exorbitant amount, it means that you had that amount to pay at some time in your life, because it was based upon when the order was made, it was based upon your financial circumstances then. So if your financial circumstances change and that amount now is exorbitant and way beyond your means, then you need to get back into court and ask for a modification.
Yeah.
And to say I can't afford it, all you're doing is letting it pile up, because those arrears, more interest is collected on arrears in child and spousal support than the interest you'll ever earn on a house that you buy.
Well, Keyshawn, you got 30 seconds if you want to have the last word here.
No, she's said it all. Thank you for, clarifying what I already knew I had to do. And, going in represented and unrepresented is two different things. For somebody told me I went in with no representation and the judge.
A mistake.
Always a mistake.
Not because the judge didn't throw the book at you because you were unrepresented. The judge threw the book at you because you didn't know what to do and you hadn't done your homework. I mean, you hadn't done what was required to be done simply because you didn't have the knowledge. That's the other thing. People will feel that I don't need an attorney. I can just go do it myself.
Yeah.
They'll go to the doctor and go to that professional. They'll go to the dentist and go to that professional. They'll even go to the hairdresser and don't do it themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll go to the barber and don't do it themselves. They'll go to the barber. But when it comes down to going into court, these forms are out there, and yes, you can fill out the papers, and yes, you can answer the questions, but you have no idea of what those forms, what the results of those answers will be, and what they really, 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 really mean.
Okay,
so it's the interpretation that's important.
We're right up against news, traffic, and sports, but we got a lot more to talk about with Judge Mablean Ephraim on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique Baraka when we come forward.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Donald Trump's hush money trial is in recess until Thursday after some salacious testimony from adult film star Stormy Daniels. Daniels took the stand Tuesday and went into detail about her alleged sexual encounter with Trump, leading the judge to scold the prosecution about her degree of detail. Trump is accused of falsifying business records tied to paying Daniels to stay quiet about an alleged affair just prior to the 2016 election. The state of Washington could see its first ever black governor. Ilona Kearney is the only female candidate candidate in the race to become the next governor. She's running against Attorney General Bob Ferguson and State Senator Mark Mullet for the Democratic nomination. If elected, the Army veteran would be the state's third female governor. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Every day, a child in poverty waits for a sponsor is another day of hopelessness. There are thousands of kids who've been waiting over a year, and they're waiting. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Just text the word radio to 83393.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
A monumental development for the WNBA. For the first time in the league's 27-year history, every team will have charter flights for all road games this season. In the previous 26 years, all teams were forced to travel on commercial flights. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert said the use of private jets will help address concerns of travel fatigue for players and safety concerns when players had to walk through airports. The WNBA's 12 teams will play 40 regular season games, 20 on the road. The NBA will announce its Most Valuable Player Award today. The winner will be revealed on TNT's Inside the NBA pregame show. The three finalists are Luka Doncic of Dallas, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of Oklahoma City, and Denver-centered Nikola Jokic. Clippers guard Russell Westbrook is a finalist for the NBA's Social Justice Champion Award. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
City of Los Angeles tenants and landlords participating in the Emergency Renters Assistance Program, beware of scammers. Notifications about your application will only come from the City of LA in emails ending in lacity.org. Protect yourself. Contact the LA Housing Department by email at lahd.erap@lacity.org or call 866-557-7368 to check communications you receive about the program. You can also verify your application status at housing.lacity.org. That's housing.lacity.org.
We see a lot of news about teens vaping, but teens see something else. Videos on social media that glamorize it and downplay the dangers of nicotine. How can parents talk so kids will listen? Use facts. 1. Nicotine can rewire teens' brains. 2. It can make teens more anxious. 3. Changes to the brain can be permanent. So even when it hides behind a new look, nicotine is brain poison. Go to undo.org for more.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win. Sometimes we try to fit it all in. Sometimes we don't know what's in store. Sometimes we find what we're looking for. Sometimes we're rolling easy and free. Sometimes 1 and 1 makes 2. So much love along this ride. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
Oh my, I'm glad you can't hear the conversation during the break as Judge Mablean was just setting me straight on a few things. Anyway, Judge Mablean Ephraim is in the building. And it is almost Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you.
And to you.
Judge Mablean, and to me, yes, and to all the mommies.
All
we love
the
you.
mothers in the world.
We're talking about fathers, though, because your awards are accepting nominations now. We have to do it now around Mother's Day to get it together by Father's Day. And we all know, I mean, thank you, Chris Rock, that we make a huge deal out of Mother's Day and not as big a deal.
That's right. That's right. And I love and happy Mother's Day. And trust me, honey, I was a mama's girl, and I'm a great mother, and my daughters and my children are mama's girls. And we all know the importance and the role that mothers play, but fathers do too. And my whole point is just to make us aware that it's a joint effort. It's not. It should be a joint effort, and it's not just mothers, and it's not just fathers. It's parenting is the goal. Parenting is the words we need to learn to use.
Right, parenting.
Not mothers, not fathers, but parents. I love it when I hear my nieces and nephews say, I'm at my parents' house. I'm talking to my parents. I'm over with my parents. And even those are the words they use. They don't say mother, father. They say parents. I'm at my parents' house. And which one? And that's when we get the concept of parenting.
Because it's united. It's automatically united.
Parenting. But, yes, we have Father's Day Awards is on Father's Day, June 16th. This year will still be at the Long Beach Hilton Hotel. It's always Father's Day. This is our 21st year.
Is it really?
We honor fathers. You were there.
I was.
And this is the time we start to accept nominations. And I don't even send the invitations out till after Mother's Day in honor of Mother's Day. But we accept nominations of your fathers. This is the period of time for nominations, which ends May 17th. And the reason I have to end it so is because a lot of paperwork and a lot of work has to go through getting the awards show prepared because, you know, we roll out the red carpet. So we have to know who's going to win in this category.
You guys really do roll out the red carpet.
And we have categories, and in categories you're nominated, and sometimes it's competition. Sometimes, usually it's at least three fathers in each category, and one wins the actual award, like the Academy Awards.
Oscars, right?
Yes, like the Oscars, but all are honored and all are given great gifts and all are really appreciated. And we put their bio and picture in a big souvenir journal, and then we have special gifts for all of the nominated fathers, and we have entertainment there. But now is the time to accept nominations for fathers and scholarships. Now, scholarships this year is going to be limited to a Jefferson High School graduate, to a Howard University graduate, which is sponsored by one of our Howard University graduates, to a Howard University student. We have a nursing scholarship that's sponsored by one of our persons, and our sponsors is just for people going into nursing, so it's going to be limited. And then I do a scholarship for those going into law. We're not going to have open scholarships this year because our scholarships continue for 4 years. And at this point,
it's a commitment to a student.
Right. And at this point, I have 20-plus students in college getting scholarships. And so they come back each year. So I got the second-year students coming back, the third-year students, and the fourth-year students coming back. So we can't keep taking on a lot of new students because we keep you there and we give you scholarships for 4 years.
That's amazing.
So thank God for that. And we've done a wonderful job. And I just have one young lady is graduating this year. I'm so proud of her. She was the president of her class, her senior class at Spelman. She's just done just some wonderful things at Spelman. I was like, wow, this girl went in there just hit. Oh my God, she's so
hit it out the park. Okay, hold on. I got to call my son and tell him to switch to his major to law. I'm just kidding.
Or even now that my brother Frank has died, he was always interested in construction. He was a contractor, and so construction is his field. And he was always interested in trying to teach men, in particular, the small things about how to change a light bulb in a house and how to fix a garbage disposal and how to do this. So we're going to give an award for someone interested in construction as well.
So this is like the Academy Awards in that everyone who is nominated is honored, and they can all come. And it's a really nice brunch. You've got like Jazz, you always have a celebrity host, and you always have great.
George Wallace.
Oh, what?
Is my celebrity host this
that's
year.
Going to be fun.
Mike Phillips in that band. You heard him. You heard him at the Juneteenth celebration. Yeah. People who had never heard him before. But that's a bad boy on that saxophone.
Yeah, she always has amazing entertainment.
And Donnie McClurkin is coming again.
Oh,
yes.
my goodness. Okay.
It's going to be fun, as always.
You can nominate your dad or a father at large.
Man in your life.
Someone in the community that acts as father to many, or a father forever, divorced dad, these different categories. How do they do that? How do I nominate someone?
You go on our website, HuffAwards.org, HUFAWARDS.org, O-R-G, HuffAwards.org. You can pull down your nomination application. You can pull down your scholarship application. That's all that's required in terms of nomination. But now, I can't honor them if you don't bring them to the event. So don't nominate someone that you're not going to bring to the event. Each nominee, we set aside a table for each nominee. So the person who nominates that person should be prepared to sell at least 10 tickets and fill that table. And the reason it should be easy, because remember, you're telling me that this is a great person, that this is a great dad, that he's done X with his children, he's done X in the community, he's done this and that. So all of those people in his life who love him and respect him and want to honor him, bring them to the luncheon on June 16th, and so you have to buy that table, sell those 10 tickets at least for the father that you nominate. It's about showing them love. So we don't want you to just nominate them and then no one's there.
Well, not only that, I mean, you're going to do something hopefully for Father's Day. Hopefully. We always do Mother's Day brunches and Mother's Day. So
take them out.
It's really like an event for the dad.
What it's an event.
You nominate them, and then they get to be in the book, and they get to, but they also get to have a great lunch and
they walk the red carpet. They meet all of the celebrity presenters and the host and all of them, and we get a picture with them. They get gifts just for them.
So it's really like buying a fancy celebrity laden Father's Day lunch, and then you invite everyone else into that celebration in support of that dad.
That's right. It's really making fathers. You're going to sometimes you take them out to a jazz festival. So when you take them to a jazz festival, there's a whole lot of other people there. You're bringing your father out for a day of celebration with him, knowing that all of the hoopla and all of the hype will be about him. I can't tell you how those fathers feel. I mean, it is. I get letters from them. I get emails from them saying, no one has ever made me feel like this. No one has ever treated me so well.
Especially black men, right?
Right, and even in their families, sometimes they don't say to their dad, we love you, you're a great dad. But when they read those essays that someone has written in the family, I don't write it. Someone has to write that essay and tell us about this man. Then it makes them feel good because finally someone is saying to them, you're great. I love you. This is what I think about you. You're a wonderful person. And we all need that in our, psychologically. Black men especially, been so beat up, all of us, have beat up so by this society. To hear someone say, you're great. I love you. You're wonderful. Walk this red carpet. Stand out. You matter, And then we get the press coverage as well. So.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It really is a lovely, Judge Mablean doesn't pay me to say this, but I was blessed, to go and nominate someone, and it was just an incredible experience for them. Absolutely. Because it forces us to put into words and actions the love that we feel for our papas.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to pay that $150 for a ticket and to come out to that dinner, and my ticket just got raised last year. I had the cheapest ticket in town. But, after COVID and all of that.
But that includes the lunch, the show.
It includes everything.
Everything. Okay.
Children is $75. Children under 12 is $75.
So HuffAwards.org. And there's plenty of food.
Plenty.
They do not skimp on the food. I'm a foodie, Judge Mablean.
I didn't know that. Smart people are always a foodie.
Well, because I work out 6 days a week.
Okay.
But, I just love me.
But you love to eat.
I love to eat, and you have great snacks of that. So we got a lot of people in the chat talking smack. Daryl Hardaway says they need to change the laws to make it even for men paying child support. Women will keep their legs closed. This is why every woman wants a baby.
Let me tell you something. Every woman wants a baby, and you ought to be smart enough to know that, men. And every man want to have some, every man want a screw. every woman want a baby. So if you know that I like screwing and women want the baby, then men need to take the responsibility so that she can't have the baby. Men refuse to cover up. Men refuse to use any type of protection for to prevent a woman from having that baby that you know she wants. You'll go out and have sex with a woman, don't even know her name. The next thing you know, she's pregnant by you, and you take that paternity test, and you're the father, and you're like, but I only did it one time. Okay, I'm here to tell you, that's all it takes. One time. Okay? So you understand that women want babies, and you understand that they get babies produced by men, and you're one of those men, then you stop producing the baby.
Daryl also says it's because she know her ass gonna get paid. But here's the thing: not all of them do get paid. Not all of them.
If you don't have the baby, if you're not the daddy. So yeah, if you know that she wants the baby because she gonna get paid, then don't give her the baby.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, be proactive. Don't give her the baby, but talk to a man about prevention. Women do a lot of things for prevention in terms of getting pregnant. Men do nothing. So you know that. You start doing something. Why can't you wear a condom? Or why can't you go get a vasectomy? Do whatever you have to do so that you don't produce any more babies.
Courtney Edwards says, thanks, Judge, for your dedication to the struggle of the black man in family matters. Our children need the father at home, LOL.
Need them at home, and if they're not together, that's the whole point of this Father's Day Award. We honor the fathers who are in the home. That's Love Cares. We honor the fathers who are divorced. That's Fatherhood Forever. We honor that single man, that man who is the primary caretaker of the children. There are fathers who are primary caretakers. Lots of them, and I know that. And you know that, so nominate them. Find that father that's the primary caretaker, and the child is in the home with him 70, 80% of the time. And guess what, men? When that happens, the woman has to pay child support too. And guess what? She has the same attitude that men have about paying child support. Nobody wants to take money out of their house to go into another house. But when you create children and you're not together, that's what happens.
Judge Mablean Ephraim is our guest, HuffAwards.org, where you can make a nomination on Dominique DiPrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
What's up, family? It's Slink Johnson here for Original Taco Pete, home of the tasty black taco. Come enjoy our delectable menu at 3272 West Slauson Ave off Crenshaw, right off the K-Line. Catering and delivery is available through Grubhub, Uber Eats, or at originaltacopete.com. And don't forget to bring a veteran this Veterans Day, and they'll receive a free taco. Thank you for your service. See you there.
Fight climate change. This Earth Day, April 22nd, go Metro and ride for free. You'll make a difference. Metro buses run on clean energy, making every day Earth Day. Together, we can clear the air and connect our communities. Start your journey at metro.net.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQL.
ZQL, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQL nights. Explore our products at ZQL.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you and the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
tips to help improve your credit score in 2024. Establishing credit is an important key to achieving financial health, but building a credit history from scratch can feel challenging since you need credit to build credit. First, what does it mean to build credit? All consumers have a score between 300 and 850. You want your score to be as high as a good credit score shows you have a track record of borrowing money responsibly. Remember, it's never too late to build or rebuild your credit. This segment is sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase & Company.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
And Judge Mablean Ephraim is in the house. Apparently I should be talking to her more often because this is my friend who has probably the most common sense of any human I know. 800-920-1580 if you have some conversation. So, we're talking about the Huff Awards. There's 5 different categories. Nominations are open now through May 17th. And you if you don't file now, you will not get in time. So how much time do they have? They've got like a week, right? 10 days. To file.
To do what?
To get to get a nomination in.
Yes,
till
10 days to get the nomination.
Till the 17th. You got till the 17th. You can nominate in any category, and then you have a spectacular way to honor your father or just a father you admire. One of the things I love about the Fathers at Large is if I see a guy that's mentoring a ton of people, young people in the community, I can honor him as a father at large, even if he's not my dad nor kin to me at all, but just someone I feel deserves light and
we call that the village dad. So
village
dad. Yes, you may, and that's what you did before. I think it was a man that does the training and coaching and stuff
Eric,
like that.
No, Coach E.
So that's really well, and there are a lot of men out there who do that. And the other category that I am most fond of is the living legacy, because this person is our role model. It's having been married to the same woman 45 years or more. And people don't think that that's a reality these days, but it is. I get a lot. Last year, most of my nominees were in that category.
I love that so much.
Living legacy. So it's a lot of men and women who have been married 45 years plus. And not just married in name, but still loving each other.
So who nominates those folks?
Oh, the children, the grandchildren, the wife,
admirers,
the admirers, people who have seen them around and seen couples like that. I'm so fortunate because the church I went to, when I grew up as a kid, that's what I saw on a regular basis every Sunday, were couples who had been married 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, still coming to church together with the kids and the grandkids and still loving each other. And I just have a special affinity for that category, because to see black men who have withered the storms of life, and stayed married to their wife and stayed connected to their children.
Shout out to Leroy and Venus Thomas.
Yes.
I've been married 50 years. My friends, maybe one day I'll nominate them. Yes, I would love to do that. So, you're still on TV.
Yes, I am.
Justice with Judge Mablean.
Still hammering away.
Still doing that thing. Yeah.
It's on, right now it's not streaming. It's on the Griot channel. It's not seen here locally. It's on Griot TV. I'm with Byron Allen and
I have
Allen
Griot
Media Group.
on my, what do I have, Sling TV.
Okay, so if you have Griot, that's where I am seen right now, but it's still nationwide. It's syndicated. This is my 9th year with Justice with Judge Mablean. I am still doing what Judge Mablean does.
I mean, you're like 20 years on TV now, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Minus 6 years that I wasn't on. So 14 years straight.
Okay.
So because, when I left divorce
court,
14
I was plus
off.
10. That's 24 years of television.
No, not 14 years straight. 14. I was on divorce court 6 years.
Oh, I got you.
And I've been on this court. This is the 9th year, so 15 years I've been on TV.
That's amazing. I mean, most people are lucky they make 2-3 seasons.
I know.
So
I'm so grateful for that. I am so grateful. But it's so. It really is. I go to work the days I go to work. It is just so wonderful to love what you do.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like you do here.
Yeah, I love my
you
job.
love what you do.
Yeah.
And it's nothing better than to go to work and enjoy doing what you do. And I really do enjoy it. I enjoy the fact that I'm helping someone who watches that show gets a tidbit of knowledge, information, or even get to be appreciated, or even get some words of encouragement. Like one woman, when I put on my lipstick, who was afraid to wear red lipstick because she was too dark, people told her that. Oh, girl, please. Dark-skinned people, and I'm sure light-skinned people, get these crazy statements made to us
I don't
by
think
others.
as much.
The dark-skinned people probably more.
Yeah,
but yes, my mother told me I couldn't wear red and yellow and bright colors because I was too dark, because someone told her that. Her mother told her that. White people and other, the fashion industry told her that, and I couldn't do it. And guess what? The first dollar I made as a clerk at the United States Post Office, and when I was in high school, I went out and bought me a yellow outfit and a red outfit.
And lipstick to match.
No, I couldn't wear lipstick then because of church, and I was still in my mother's home. So as soon as I graduated high school and went to college, I got the red lipstick and the red fingernail polish. Because now I'm an adult and I'm out of my
and
parents'
you look
home.
amazing in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Andre Parvenu says, kudos to Judge Mablean on this year's Huff Awards. Great job. Shout out to Denise as well for the 22nd Annual Honor Thy Father Award. Well, look, they can go to huffawards.org and get your nomination in now. I've done the process. It's definitely worthwhile.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just a beautiful day.
It's an absolutely beautiful day. It's a beautiful day to spend Father's Day. You can't afford to go to the jazz festival, or don't go to jazz festival that night. You got to have lunch. You got to have brunch. So come see us for brunch and have a wonderful time with your father. It's Father and Children. Go on our website and look at the pictures and look at some of the previous awards, and you'll see what a wonderful day it is.
I have so many questions for you that I'm not going to get to because we're out of time, but we'll do it another time.
Do it another time.
We'll do it another time.
I can become a regular. What you want? Once a month?
Yeah,
once a
let's
year?
do it.
What?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, what if Byron Allen lets me?
Oh, no.
Let me borrow you.
Oh, Byron Allen, you can borrow me because Byron Allen doesn't keep me working every day. I don't go to him every day, so I'm available, and he doesn't mind because now we talk about Justice with Judge Mablean, and you get to watch that show as well. And
it's a great show at that. Judge Mablean, thank you so much for coming in. It's always a pleasure to talk with you.
My pleasure as well.
Well, it's time for Tavis Smiley. Tavis Smiley's show is up next, and I usually end with a quote. Today I am going to quote Jim Brown because he was one of those fathers at large, village dads who mentored a lot of young people that needed it. And he always says success is a journey and not a destination. Tap in with me on all the social medias. It's KBLA 1580 wherever you go, or DiPrima Radio, DIPRIMA, and then radio. Please like, subscribe, follow, and all that good stuff. We count on you to do so. You too. Go ahead, Judge Mablean.
It's off.
No, it's on now.
Okay, you can keep up with Judge Mablean at judgemablean.com on all the social media pages as well. Yeah. Judge Mablean at Judge Mablean. And my books at judgemablean.com.
Until tomorrow, one love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest. Until Thursday, after some salacious testimony from adult film star Stormy Daniels. Daniels took the stand Tuesday and went into